Kidnap is out, one of my most anticipated BL series of September, and I am here to give a review about it and a little bit of recap and summary of what happened in the first episode. First of all, I am happy to see Om again. It's his comeback since Bad Buddy, and I think Om and his new partner are cute together. In the first episode, it's shown how Min was struggling financially to pay his bills, plus he also has a sick brother who has just been operated on. He was currently working as a stuntman, but things are not just going smoothly for him. However, he has a senior called James who he respected a lot, but James often joke about him working with the real gun will earn him more money. But he said he can't because he keep fucking up with the fake gun and then he was scared something might goes wrong. So he keeps struggling as a stuntman. One day, he decided to ask James genuinely for help. James promised to help him get a role at an international casting as a stuntman. However, this job seemed hard on Min because the script was in English, but he still tried to study for the job. On the audition day, he dressed to the venue where he accidentally hit a young charming guy. They apologize to each other and go their ways. Min was in a hurry as he kept running. He was unaware that his ring had tagged Q with clothes, and as he was running, he kept drawing and destroying Q clothes. When Q realized half of his clothes had been ripped off, this got him pissed and mad. He was just yelling at Min and asked him to take responsibility. Min tries to talk things out and told him he was going for an audition and then he couldn't take responsibility because he was broke, but Q was not having it with him and he decided to rip Min clothes too, and they got into a fight but they were separated quickly and Min rushed back to the audition but unfortunately he didn't got the job. At this point, the pressure was so much on him and creditor are after him. So he asked about the real gun job again from James and this time around he was serious because he had calculated that the money will be enough to pay his bills and debt based on what James has told him previously. A little background story. Q's father is an inspector who is currently working on a case that is related to a well-influenced businesswoman. However, the woman wanted the case closed. Obviously, because she was involved in the case, she tried to talk him in with a huge sum of money, but he rejected it, so I guess the issue of Q being rejected was something related to the case. James took him to a strange place, which happened to be an underground for villains. He was scared at first, but James made it look so simple. Then he asked what the real content of the job was, and that was when James told him he was going to kidnap. When he was shown the picture of who he was to rejected, he freaked out and said he wasn't interested anymore, but he still needed the money and then he decided to carry out the mission. Q is quite easy to kidnap because he lost his guide after he was drunk and start acting funny, and then it was just like an easy job for James and Min. However, after the kidnap, Min was expecting the money, but Q keeps making noise and just being dramatic, probably because it's obvious that Min was a first-timer at this job because of how he keeps freaking out. Q even proposed to give him 2 times the amount they paid him if he allows him go. But Min was not listening because he is just about the money so he could get out of the place and solve his problem. So he kept calling for the money and at the same time, he was still freaking out. He finally received a call but this time around they wanted him to kill Q. He was about to say no when he thought about the mess he was in too. Meanwhile Q was freaking out and calling for help. He was also scared he was going to be gunned down. Despite this Min still pulled the trigger. He pulled it to the wall while holding Q's mouth tightly trying to let him not to shout, as he told them he had killed Q already, and they should send the money, because I guess it's more important to him. That was the end of the first episode. I can't wait to see the characters' development, but I personally think these to have a good chemistry together but the plot will be a bit complicated one. That all for episode 1, and let me know what you think about this series. I personally think this will save us as we have a lot of ongoing BL series that bored me already. So I guess we have something to hope on. Thanks for watching and see you in the second episode.